Yes.
I need to learn from you.
Yes, you do.
Because I keep everything.
Yeah, that's not healthy.
Can I even say
Why?
what? I've even got my first teeth that came out.
Of your mouth?
My mouth.
Julie!
Strong.
Nice.
Strong.
I bet you could use this as deodorant. Just like rub a little bit underneath there.
Look at that.
That is enough. Go on.
But it
despite
isn't.
what you spilled, you still had enough to make a full cup.
The
for
jury
both of us.
is out on that.
It's not out. It's on tape. It's on tape, actually. That's what we call physical evidence.
Lily Bekele Piper.
Indeed, indeed. Julie, heavy-handed, Githiri Goko. Yes, my dear. Welcome to the show where good drinks meet even better conversations.
We're mixing up more than just drinks
From sharing life's joys and journeys,
to stirring up some real talk
we're diving into the heart of the matter.
and always having fun along the way.
Welcome to Mixing It Up. Welcome to Mixing It Up. Hey, we're professionals.
We are
These are
indeed.
professional place.
Mixers.
Professional mixers. Well, is that like being a professional? Oh, even though that's a scratcher.
Is that not the
The
same
DJ.
thing?
Hey, let's talk about what we know,
Yes.
which is this. But first and foremost, how are you?
I'm well.
You're well?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm feeling energized.
Excellent.
Excited because obviously these ingredients, a lot
These
of
are
these
in your
my
love language. Yes.
completely. The sugar, anyway, let me not.
We'll get to it. Yes. Did you want to know also how I am?
I
yes,
do.
Yeah, thank you for asking. It's always the most awkward moment of the show.
I was getting to it. How are you? How's your week been?
The week has been, well, actually, the week has been rough if I think about it honestly. Are we supposed to be honest here?
Yes, tell me.
Yes, it was a rough week. Had some disappointments. You know how they say those things when you fall, what matters is that you get back up again?
Yes.
This time I fell, I had a career thing, and I was like, I don't want to get up. I want to stay here on the ground where it's nice and warm.
Oh, no.
Yeah. But I'm here. I'm doing my best to stay
You
up.
look fabulous.
Thank you. Yellow is my happy color.
Yeah,
you know
it
that.
suits you.
Yeah,
it really
I have a
does.
lot of yellow in my house because it makes me happy.
You smile.
Yes, it does. I love the yellow on you too.
Thank you. It's not my color.
It is your color.
It
That
is
is the
not.
beauty of being an African woman. Every color is our color.
Every color is my color.
Yes.
But I always find yellow just a bit.
Yeah, there are. It's different kinds of yellow,
Yes.
I guess. Okay, my love. Let us make something yummy today, which has two very different than our norm attributes that I want to mention.
Okay.
Number one, this can be made for a crowd. So our recipe, it's called the Silky Smooth Hot Buttered. I feel like I'm the silky smooth and you're the hot buttered. Look at you with your yellow butter come through.
Thank you.
It can be made for a crowd. So this recipe is actually written for 8. We're gonna have it today to 4. So some of our quantities are a bit more than normal because it's meant for a crowd.
Yes.
That's number 1. Number 2, this is also a great recipe to make without the whiskey, if you don't need that, because it is got, like you said, all of these ingredients that you love, spices and sugar and even a bit of butter and some tea. But if you've got some friends who would rather have it without, it's very easy to still make the whole thing and just not do the whiskey.
Okay.
So 2 very nice little attributes of this thing. And we're gonna start by bringing back our little teapot
I love it.
and filling it up. Yes, it is pretty, isn't it?
very pretty.
I got this as a present some years ago. I don't remember from whom. If you gave me this teapot, can you DM me so I can appreciate and tag you?
And then I can have one
And
also.
tell Julie where she can get one.
Yes.
So anyway, so we're gonna fill this up with all of our ingredients.
Can I ask?
Yes,
is
please.
that just regular black tea?
Yes and no. It is our regular local Kenyan black tea, but it's the masala tea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's what we're making? It's a hot, silky, smooth, hot butter, something like that is the title. And it has all of our local ingredients, which makes it also easy and accessible. So let's start by putting all the ingredients actually into the pot. And like I said, it's for a crowd, so we're gonna be making a lot today.
Okay.
So go ahead and add that tea to there. Do you like your tea strong? Or
I do.
You do? Okay, so let's do 2 bags then, just so we'll make sure we get the nice color and flavor. And I'm gonna add some here. We're gonna do the hot water, but we gotta do all these ingredients first.
Okay.
So my daughter graduated recently. Congratulations to me, Mama Sayla. And so at her graduation party, I gave everybody some masala tea, and I made these spoons. Had them made.
I didn't get one.
I
And I was at that.
so awkward when these moments happen.
These moments happen and you realize you're on the outside.
But nonetheless, I had these spoons made with her school colors.
Yeah.
And so to add to our tea bags, which have the masala seasoning, we're just adding some more masala seasoning. This is not really in the recipe. This is one of those things that you feel with your heart.
And it goes right up the nostril.
Really does.
Strong.
It's nice.
Strong.
I bet you could use this as deodorant. Just like rub a little bit underneath there and improve your game. Okay, so as normal, Julie, I have done things out of order.
You have?
So I would like you to next add our 2 other ingredients that are a little bit out of our norm, our brown sugar and our butter.
Okay, hold on a second.
Easy ingredients to find, but not normally what you would think of in a whiskey. So this butter is going to make it like a food. We're basically eating cake.
It looks like we're baking a cake.
Yeah, it does. So this recipe, because it's for many people, it calls for 5 teaspoons of butter. We're gonna do like 2. Because it's just me and you, and it's still gonna make enough for 4, but let's just do half.
But 2's little.
Okay, 2.5.
No,
Okay,
can
holidays are coming.
butter on its own.
You know what? I grew up not eating butter.
When it's frozen and then
Really?
you break it out. Best.
Not best. We have a lot of these places where we part ways. Good friends, but we disagree on most things. My mother was a nutritionist, is a nutritionist.
Yes.
So I didn't even have butter accessible to me like until I was an adult. Yeah, we never had. And then my sister and I laugh about this all the time because the first time we had toast with butter, we were like, this is delicious.
It is.
No wonder people love toast.
With marmalade?
Definitely not marmalade, but definitely butter and some honey. Unbelievable.
Really?
Yeah.
Honey on toast?
What do you mean honey on toast? As if that's so controversial?
It is.
Okay, honey on toast. Wow! Okay. That is definitely like a teaspoon and a half. But go ahead. It's nice and room temperature.
Yeah.
So it's nice and soft.
So
See
you
how
said
pretty
2?
that is?
You said 2?
I did not say 2. I think I said 2 teaspoons, but I don't know what you're doing over there. Your measurements are wild to me.
Is that too big?
But it's okay. Just go for it.
Okay.
Again, what's the worst that could happen? But the one thing I will say for this recipe is keep your butter room temp. That will help everything come together. I'll put this down here for you. So we're going to put of that, the brown sugar, 5 teaspoons also. It's supposed to be an equal amount of the butter. Okay. So try and measure that out and be the same amount. Yeah.
You know, I'm not a sugar person anymore, but I will do this just for you, Lily.
Thank you, sacrificial
You're
lamb.
Such a good friend.
Oh my word.
I will tolerate all this
the
high
Julie I
levels
know
of sugar.
is a lover of sugar. So this I have to hear more about. Since when have you not had sugar?
Probably for the last maybe 2 months.
Really? 2 months? I did notice that your face is looking just
Slightly
light.
trim.
Yeah, slightly trim.
There we go.
Fit, as you say in your other country of choice. Fit. Don't you guys say fit?
We do.
Is that the same amount? That is definitely not the same amount of butter
Should I
and
put
sugar.
some more?
Yes.
Put some more sugar.
Because you know what, butter is not, it is a present guest in this thing. You're gonna taste that butter, it's gonna be smooth and creamy, but you need some sugar, I think, to balance it. We're gonna add our delicious whiskey, which will also add a bit of sweetness, but that's not its main attribute. Yeah, I think that's good. And we can always, of course, add more wherever it's easy for you. I'm gonna move this so we can see the pot.
Okay.
All right, so next, Julie, I think what's next for us is to now put hot water over this, let it blend together, and then we'll see. And I'm also realizing another small mistake I made, which is I put the spices directly in, and I should have put it in the sieve.
We'll be fine.
Right?
We'll
We'll figure
so
it
now
out.
when we're pouring it, we may need it.
Exactly.
What's the Swahili word for sieve? Chungi. Chungi?
Sure, Machungi. I'm getting some nods off that. That's a random word to know in Swahili. Yeah, you don't even have to do that. You can just press the button and it will go out.
I remember this from the last time.
Yes, please don't break my stuff. Please don't break my stuff.
No, I'm very heavy-handed, so anything can happen.
I continue to let you touch my things, which is really...
Is that okay?
Yeah, I think so. Let's find out. You have to press the button for it to release. There we go.
There we go.
Julie is so good at so many things.
Just not...
just not bartending things. Okay, which is funny because you have a show all about making drinks.
Yeah.
I think that's good. Yeah. And I think let's bring that spoon back and let's start mixing this up. That butter is melting.
It is?
That said, it looks a little funny to me. Doesn't look smooth. Does not look smooth, Julie. Let's take a look. Yeah, look. It smells good though. Oh, butter smells so nice. Ooh, smell good, right? I can even smell it from here.
This needs to be stirred.
Well, we have a special stir today that's going to come in a minute, actually. We're taking these up a notch, okay, Julie? This is season 2. We are not playing around, okay? So I see all of our cardamom, our cloves, all of our masala spices in there swimming beautifully. We're going to set this baby aside for a moment, and we're going to bring the star of our show, Mr. Walker himself.
He's walking over here.
He's walking over to our cups.
Okay.
As we said, this is a tea-based thing, so we've got our teacups.
Yes.
And we can make this for a crowd. So if you're making this for a crowd, I would say you do about 6 ounces of whiskey if you're making it for like 8 people.
So that's how many doubles?
That's Well, you always do it in doubles. It's 30 ounces is 30 ml is 1 ounce.
Yes.
So if you have 6 of those shots, essentially for 8 people, you're stretching it out because you've got all these other beautiful flavors in there. But the whiskey, because it's got those warm undertones, it's a beautiful complement to this.
And the color as well is very complimentary.
So this step, if you have a friend who doesn't want it, you'd just be pouring.
Yes.
But for us, we want.
Yes.
So let's go ahead and do 30 ml for each of us, 1 ounce for each of us, and do each cup. This over here. All right, each week you get a little better, a little better. One of these days are going to be like, you know, those artists like throw things, and they like do a dance,
do this.
twirl. One of those days,
I will.
Oh, please. We're not there yet.
No.
Yes.
Maybe season 4?
Maybe season 4,
season 5.
yes.
Okay.
We'll get like lights and...
Is it one double? Is it one single?
That's right. That's 30 ml. That's 30 ml. So we're going to do 30 ml in each cup. Nice. That's nice. Look at that color. Beautiful. It gets
So
me every
golden.
time. Never gets old.
It's the smell of the whiskey. Can you smell it?
I can.
It's really yummy.
It is. You know what would be good is also if you, I make like a masala tea cake.
Yes.
I know you're not doing sugar, but I do tea cake. This would be good. The whiskey would be good to like soak the cake in, you know, before you frosted it or something. Yeah. So one for you, one for me. Last week, you remember how you poured yourself a nice big glass before you poured for me?
I did.
Yeah, I'm watching you today so closely. All right, nice. All right, take your time. All right, okay. I'm just gonna hold it because I'm not so sure how it will go.
I've seen this gadget and I'm wondering how we're using this thing.
So this thing lives in my house and it gets a little action probably once a week. But today it's the star of the show because it's going to whip all these things. Because if you whip butter, you know, actually if you whip milk, you get milk and then you'll get butter.
Eventually.
I mean cream, I think. But anyway, so we want to let the
and even
the
butter. I think if you keep going.
I think in grade school, primary, we had a program where we a lesson where we did
now
that.
You can smell the whiskey.
Can you smell it now? Your nose is really working. I think mine is just behind you. So give yourself a little twirl there.
I have one of these things in my house.
Please don't break it.
The battery never seems to last.
Please don't break it. Yeah, okay. Well, why, Julie? You see how I did it? It was so nice. Look at that. Let go of it.
That was you!
Let go! It's okay. So let's just drink it up.
Shitty, your hair!
My hair!
Oh my
This is a
god!
disaster.
Completely.
That is delicious, though.
Is it? Look at that. Look, that's yours. That one is yours. I'm not having that one. Lipstick, coffee, whiskey, tea.
Here's your garnish. Cheers.
This is absolutely delicious.
Well, I'm happy for you. I'm happy for you, Julie, because you took it and you ran with it, even though I'm still here waiting for my turn.
This is definitely one of my favorites. Absolutely. Well, hands down. Hands down.
Do you just want to do the show by yourself?
100%.
You know what? Just go ahead. Just
this is the cocktail to make. It's absolutely delicious. Delicious.
And do you remember why you were the only one with this? Do you remember why, Julie? The last time you guys will ever see this thing, because Julie, heavy-handed, Githiri Goko, did her thing again, and we're just
cheers me.
You gonna wait till I'm ready to cheers, because look at this. And I'm gonna just stir my little drink up.
There we go.
Guys, don't worry, the cardamom and the cinnamon, but do you see how when I stirred it, it wasn't splurring everywhere? You see? You see? You see? Do you remember how you're doing it? You were like this. It's like, it's not a washing machine. It's not a washing machine.
Cheers. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
Let's see how it is. Mine does not look so pretty because I had all the grit in the bottom. And, but it tastes delicious.
Absolutely delicious. It's like chocolate.
Wow, that is delicious. Do you think we need the butter?
Not really.
I don't think so. I don't think we gained anything with the butter.
No, but it's
But that is delicious.
Whiskey,
yeah, this is mine.
you can just
The whiskey is a perfect. Whiskey and cinnamon is a beautiful marriage.
This is
Unlike
you could have
you today.
You could have this for breakfast.
You cannot. On a holiday.
On a holiday.
Christmas morning. Christmas
Completely.
morning breakfast.
Mm.
Well, Mashuja Day. Mashuja Day is coming up. Make this for your favorite hero. Yeah?
Yeah.
Your favorite Shuja. Again, DM me for Kiswahili lessons. Anyways, this did not go exactly as we planned, as is life. As you were telling me, what was that word you said? Patience.
Patience.
Patience. That's what I should have had for you.
Patience.
Because this is what happens when you're not
And
patient
play.
with Julie. And play. Triple P. Patience. Play. Should be something with a whiskey. No. Anyway, we did our best this week and we still triumphed. You can't defeat us.
Ever.
So how have you been mixing it up this week?
Thank you. That wasn't scripted at all. That was just naturally what you were going to ask me next.
It was
organic.
indeed organic. How have you been mixing it up this week, Lily?
I have been trying to unmix actually because,
Really?
we're moving homes within
Yeah.
Nairobi, but moving to a different place
Yep.
in like 10 days. Yeah. So I'm
it's
trying
next
to,
week.
actually not 10 days, maybe more 2.5 weeks, something like that. So I am trying to keep my nerves calm, trying to be super organized. I'm the opposite of you right now. You're out there living life. Me, I'm like, I need to organize. Every hour needs a job. Every
Really?
task needs a person. Every item in the house has to be evaluated. Have you ever moved?
I've moved countries.
Well, same.
I
It's
have
been a while.
moved within UK multiple times.
But in Nairobi, have you moved since you moved
No,
here?
no.
Same, actually. We lived in one place for a few months, but we have been in this home for 13 years.
That's a lot of stuff.
It's a long time. So it's a lot of memories. It's not even about the stuff because every year we clean out the clothes that don't fit, the shoes.
you?
Yeah, we do. If I see we don't need something, I'm like, let's give it away, sell it, something. I don't want it in my house. That said, we do have a lot of things. We're a big family, but it's just the memories. Now everything I see, like yesterday, Sarah, my youngest, was
Yes.
like just doing that in her room, like trying to figure out what do I get rid of. And she opened a box that she thought was going to be clothes. It wasn't even a box; it was like a pouch.
Yeah.
And when she opened it up, it was actually all of her ballet shoes from like age 4 that she's been dancing. And both of us cried. Both of us cried. It was
Really?
like, well, this moving did not go so well because instead of moving, now we're weeping. Yeah. So
And then you have to stop for like an
Then you have to
hour.
stop. You have to recover.
Yeah,
Then you have to
yeah.
watch something on Netflix so you
Yeah.
can calm down. Then you have to go get a cup of tea to rehydrate. And the next thing you know, it's tomorrow. It's Wednesday. and
What
we
if you
haven't
get
done it.
somebody to do it for you?
But they can't do the memory sifting. We have to do that.
What if you just move with everything?
No. I don't want to know. Because then I'll be super annoyed when I get to that side and I open a box and I find 10 years of ballet shoes. I'll be like, why do we have this?
See, I move with everything. I don't declutter. I don't.
No, I believe in decluttering.
No.
As my husband says, cleaning it away. I clean things away. Because I at the end of the day, the benefit of a move is actually
Yeah.
you should trim down, right? You should take a moment to get rid of the things you don't need. But beyond that, I think on the other end, we'll be frustrated because it's a smaller space, still more than enough, but it's a different kind of space. And now I'm having to find a place for 10 years of shoes.
So what does that do to your psyche, to your mind, to your energy levels?
We had a moment.
Yeah.
And then actually it made me think we just need to do things like capture the memories. So for
Okay.
example, we're videoing parts of our house to remember it. These shoes we haven't found. I don't know what we can do with the shoes. Like you can't really make that a piece of art or whatever. But she'll
put
figure
them
out
on the
something. And
wall.
maybe she'll
Yeah,
keep them.
yeah.
I'm giving all my kids as they get older because she's moving to uni next year. So she
Can't
needs to
believe
also
that.
keep things that she wants to keep for
Yeah.
adulthood. And if she wants to keep things, fine. We'll just organize box, find a place to store it. But the things that we don't need, I want to get rid of. Yes.
I need to learn from you
Yes, you do.
because I keep everything.
Yeah, that's not healthy.
Can I even say
Why?
what? I've even got my first teeth that came out.
Of your mouth?
My mouth.
Truly? What is
Yeah. Teeth.
Okay,
And
then
when
let's
you
just
look at
rewind.
the-
So your mom must have kept those teeth for you.
Of course she did.
And
And I've got
that's-
a little chest. I've got little pink chest, and then you've got little teeth.
Actually, maybe it's smart because if you lose teeth in old age, maybe you just replace
I
them
mean,
with the
I
originals.
would look hideous.
You would look
if I
hideous,
put-
but it'd be your own teeth.
True.
Ain't nobody
They
done
could
that
at least
before.
make one adult-sized tooth.
Reuse, recycle. What's that whole thing? Reduce, reuse, recycle. But so your mom gave you these teeth,
Yes.
and then you said, "Thank you, Mom.
Yes.
I'm going to keep these for life."
Exactly.
And you've kept all your children's teeth.
Yes. And I kept the molds before I had braces. So I can actually see how the mouth looked like.
How often do you look at this thing? Do you just pull it out when you're bored or
From
what?
time to time,
From time to time. Sit it on the bedside table, freak Wilson out, just have a little fun with the family.
Yeah, and there's a story, so the kids look at it and they think,
no, I don't think they
my
care,
mother is
Julie.
weird.
Yeah, I think that's exactly it. I think you're pulling it out. You're having story time. Meanwhile, they're like texting their friends like, please come pick me up. Yeah.
Please come pick her up.
Please pick her up. If you have your baby teeth, I actually have no advice for you. You need like professional help with that situation. I cannot help. I could help you if you were like, I have my stuff
But
from uni
somebody
days.
will inherit it.
No, they will not, Julie. Let me tell you what they will have. They will throw it away. You know, this is called mixing it up.
Yeah.
Your show needs to be called Throw It Away because that is wild.
My grandchildren would just think, what was she like?
Yeah. No,
Completely.
they won't. Let me just tell you, those teeth are not going anywhere. If they take them, they're going to toss them immediately. So your teeth, you've got teeth that you want to hold on to.
Mm-hmm.
That is, I find that peculiar. But what about like more like books? Like we have hundreds of books that we've had since uni days, not since childhood, but since uni days. And then I've got books from my kids' childhood. Those I'm having trouble parting with. That's a struggle.
As in the exercise books.
No. Like childhood, like nighttime stories, favorite novels.
But then maybe
things like
keep
that, picture
2 or
books.
3 per child.
Yeah, I don't know. I might have to keep a bit more. Because I also like it when like my nieces and nephews come over. It's nice.
Yeah,
to have something for
kept.
them. See, I knew you had.
I've got everything in my
I
house.
don't know why I'm talking to you about this because you're not going to help me with this.
No,
This is
I
not
kept everything.
This is not your area of
Even their
specialty.
clothes.
The kids' clothes. I kept a few that I loved, like a few cute
Yes.
ones. But see, that's not balanced. That's like a hoarding situation. And I want to have balance, like a few of these, a few of that, get rid of this. You know what I mean?
That's true. But then how then do you get balance now? How do you balance yourself? How do you recalibrate? How do you align yourself so that you feel
A lot of ways.
centered?
That's a big question. That's not, because right now we're moving, so nothing feels centered.
Right.
But on a normal week,
Yeah.
you know, it's the things you and I always end up talking about, right? Our health and spending time with friends.
Yes.
I find that what helps me balance these days is actually slower mornings, slowing my morning down. Because I've had years and years and years of lots of little kids, the mornings were always hectic, right?
True,
This person's
very
going
true.
there, this one has early training, this
Yeah.
one has da-da-da. Now, and I can find myself still waking up with that kind of energy, like,
Yeah.
and I'm trying now to slow down my mornings intentionally. Like I have a devotion I read. There's other practice I should have as well. But like I try to do proper actual
Yeah.
skincare, actually put on all the things like that. It's not very dramatic, but just trying to slow down my morning. And another thing is not reading my emails before I actually sit down to start my day and make my own priorities. Maybe an hour in, then I read email.
That's so, what you describe that you do in the morning, I
Yeah.
do at night.
Yeah, you kind of unwind
I
from the day.
unwind from the
Yeah,
day. I do
yeah.
a facial. I'll
Nice.
just sort of pamper myself. Lots of loud music.
Loud music is pampering?
It starts loud and fast. And then by the time I'm actually getting into bed, it's sort of slow, sort of
that's
more
nice.
sort of
That's
soul-y
nice.
music. But
How
then
long is that process? Like 10 minutes?
maybe about an hour and a half.
No. You have an hour and a half wind down?
Yeah, man.
What?
Yes.
Alone?
Yeah.
What do you do with other people in your house?
Yeah, I mean, I'm interacting with them, but they know that this is mummy
But they
time.
know this
Yeah.
is you're in the zone.
Yeah, I'm in the zone.
This is fascinating.
Yeah, so my evening
You
and
go check on the teeth. Night teeth. Night braces.
yeah,
molds.
exactly.
Yeah.
And then wind down for the night. But that creates my balance
Wow.
in the evening.
And do you go to bed at the same time every day? Because I've heard
try
that's
to.
so good for you.
10:30.
Wow. Well, I think we've learned something from each other today.
I think so.
You have learned that you could do with less things and it's okay to let go, letting
Yes.
it go. And I've learned that I should extend my routine to maybe evening and morning
Yeah.
and give that more time.
I like the way that you do that, though. You start
Yeah.
the day slower. And that's so true. When
Yeah.
you have young kids, your day is
Yeah.
like you're just...
It's not your own.
It's not your own. It's
Yeah.
not your own.
And I actually look back on those years, I wish I had. I was never, I'm at the age now I can admit I was never really a morning person. I used to think I was because I'm not really a night person. But I'm just really neither either. I'm like an 11 a.m.
Not
person.
an owl. Is it owl or lark?
I'm like an 11 a.m. person, honestly. And like that's when I feel alive. I'm like, get me after my coffee and maybe I had some exercise. I've had some energy for the day. I've consumed some music or content. And then like 11, I'm like, ding.
That's so weird because now
know, it is.
I've become a morning person.
Yeah.
I used to be an 11 o'clock,
Yeah.
midday, 1 afternoon,
happening
but
to
now it's 7 a.m., 6:30.
Well, see, okay, so this brings me back to the herpes and Halle Berry that we mentioned at the beginning somehow, because, sleep is a big thing that changes in life. It actually messes up
Herpes?
your, well, let me give you the whole context. Sleep is one of those things that starts to be less stable as we get older, especially as we get perimenopause, menopause, all that stuff kind of gets messed up. I recently went to the doctor and was like, am I in perimenopause or what? I was like, let's have a heart. She's like, did all these blood tests? She's like, no, you're not. I was like, okay, fine. So I keep on. But Halle Berry was on some TV show yesterday saying that she went to the doctor because she was feeling out of sorts, not sleeping well, all these different, mood swings, whatever. And the doctor was like, you have herpes. And she was like,
so
what?
random.
So random. I don't know what else was discussed in that meeting. So,
But that's what she shared.
That's what she shared. And then she went to another doctor and that doctor was like, you don't have herpes, you're in menopause. And so she was like, now she's on a mission to talk to people because...
But then she's chosen who to believe. Because they could both...
Whoa, this is interesting. So you're saying that first doctor might be right.
Exactly.
And
but she's chosen
she's
based
like,
on the news. I don't want your diagnosis. I'm going with you.
I would also do the same. I would do the same.
But herpes is not such a big thing. It's a virus.
Here we go again. Yeah, we just don't have to talk about this.
I worked in sexual health for decades. And it's a virus that's in the body. 9 times out of 10, so many people are walking around with it and they don't even know. It's dormant in the body. It's just a virus.
My training was informally and formally is that I don't want to be a host for a virus.
We are hosts for many things.
But I don't want to be for herpes. Do I have any autonomy in this at all?
You do.
Thank
you do indeed.
So
you don't want to be a host for
I don't want to be a host for it. Herpes, you know what I mean? Like I can live without it.
Yeah.
That said, I appreciate that you're trying to normalize the fact that we are human bodies. There's biology that biologies, and let's just call it what it is.
Yes, it's just a virus in the body that just
well, maybe I'll follow up to see what Halle said. But from her take, it was a misdiagnosis, and of course, the interviewer was also shocked. Like, what?
Halle Berry.
Yeah, she's like, Halle Berry's got herpes, but no, doesn't have herpes. She's just in menopause. So, just trying to normalize menopause actually also.
Yes, true.
Yeah, so we can do both.
We can do both.
This is actually turning out to be a hilarious conversation because I'm like, this is not what we intended. I'm feeling a little hot and like time for a sip on that note. But what have you been up to? What's coming up next for you? Like this month is moving along. The end of the year is coming up.
I can't believe the end of the year is,
is around the
less
corner.
than 90 days or something ridiculous to the end of the year.
90 days, really?
I think so.
I usually do a 100-day countdown to Christmas.
Yes, it must be. It's less than 100 days to Christmas.
Missed my countdown.
So I'm looking forward to the kids all being back for Christmas, traveling as I will in December, and just hanging out with family. It's my mother's 80th.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
And just family things.
By the way, you said you had a reveal for me today. Is this a good time for that?
It's only because we were talking about sugar.
Yes, we were talking about sugar and how you're not doing sugar right now.
Nope.
Last episode, I was telling you I just started a 90-day challenge.
Yes.
I love my coach. She's amazing, helping me get back on track.
What I learnt, I had this huge revelation during the course of the week. It's not rocket science.
Okay, is it science or
no,
is it
it's
like
not
fake
science.
news?
It's like, it was news for me.
Okay.
I had this big revelation. I was sat in bed and I haven't had sugar for maybe 6 weeks. Maybe there's clarity of mind.
Okay, yeah.
But I've realized the way to lose weight is you only eat when you're hungry.
Dun, 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 dun. Guys, Julie has fixed the world.
Imagine.
Julie for president.
Yeah. And you know how you know it and it's so simple and it's so obvious.
So true.
But it dawned on me the other day. If I only eat when I'm hungry, I'm good.
Yeah.
So now I've started, you're looking at me like, really?
Anything you
this
want.
was
but
the
only
big
when you're
reveal.
hungry. Yeah, I definitely am disappointed. Do you know what I thought it was? I thought you had a new tattoo. And
That's
you're
coming.
Be like,
That's coming.
Here's my
I've
new
got
tattoo.
2 coming actually in the next month.
Now we're not going to care as much because you already told us that's coming.
So
I thought it was a big reveal.
If I only eat when I'm hungry, I've been
there's
losing weight.
balance for you. That's walking towards health. That's
it.
making, actually it's not even a bold decision. It's just a common sense, good decision, right?
But common sense isn't common.
Indeed.
Because we've heard that for decades.
So true.
Why are
It's
you
not
overeating?
common.
You're not even hungry and you just do it. And then now it dawned on me, if I only do this at the certain times, I'm good.
To me, it's not the overeating though. It's like in a normal day, you might have a meeting, there's, tea, whatever offered, or you might be watching a movie and you're like, oh, let me get a snack. It's like those random things that are unconscious almost that then you need to be more conscious. Yeah. So both of us today, we brought our own food to set.
We have.
Healthy.
Trying to be.
Yeah. We'll see.
But then we have to think about the butter in this and the sugar.
Butter is now kind of sitting on the top.
Yeah.
But this is not too sweet, I didn't think, because we made a huge pot.
Yeah, surprisingly. I thought it would be sweeter and richer, but it
despite
isn't.
what you spilled, we still had enough to make a full cup.
The jury is out on that.
It's not out. It's on tape. It's on tape, actually. That's what we call physical evidence.
Lily Bekele Piper.
Indeed. Julie, heavy-handed Githiri Goku. Yes, my dear. Should we continue this debate?
Do you know what my children tell me? That whenever I give them something, I should push it into their hands.
Like, take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened at the bar. Yeah, and then I tried to take something from you and you were like, no. Yeah. Push back. Yeah, it was not pretty. So we kind of talked about, what's coming up, but I want to know what you're adding to the mix. Like, what is going to be something that you maybe haven't been doing before, but you're going to add to your life? You said no sugar, but that's 6 weeks.
Yeah.
So what else? What else is you're learning and growing in?
I think I had mentioned it. I think I'm going to go back to school.
Really?
Yeah.
You did not mention that for what?
Yeah, I want to do more clinical work. I do clinical work anyway, but I want to be there to support other therapists. So I want to do the clinical supervisory course.
Wow.
It's about a year.
So it's not another degree, but it's like a certification?
Yes, it's a certification.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So we would take you out of practice?
No.
I'll
still be it'll be in addition to what I'm already doing, but then supporting therapists who have clients and helping them sort of think about their clients in a more sort of therapeutic way.
Amazing.
So that's what I want to do. That's how I'll be adding to me and getting that balance and trying to sort of align myself differently, especially professionally.
That's outstanding.
Yeah,
well
thank
done.
you.
I want to hear more about that as you go on. Are we going to have a graduation party when you're done?
You with your parties.
You got to do it.
If you
Life
do,
is for celebrating.
It is indeed.
Yes. Yeah. I'll throw it.
Okay.
If you make a certain mark, let me not just leave myself open to anything. Don't just cross the finish line. I want you to win.
Wow. Spoken like a true firstborn.
That's right. Listen. Yeah. Okay.
And yourself?
Yeah. I'm always waiting for you to ask me. It's like the awkward thing about our relationship.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like I'm more into you than you're into me. But then you always feel like I'm missing you. Yeah. Disaster. You know what? I wish I had a good, solid answer for what I'm adding to the mix. But I will say, this 90-day challenge I'm doing is extending to other parts of my life in terms of just general health. My husband and I celebrated 25 years.
We did.
This summer. Summer being July, so North American summer. And I think it's made me reflect on life. Like, that just feels like such a long road. And so recently I also was telling you I've had some disappointments lately. So I was like, okay, how do you, after so many years, change your habits? Like, how do you start doing things differently? You want to react better, right?
Yes.
You want to have more peace. You want to be able to, all those things. You want to have progress in your life. You don't want to just stay the same.
Stagnate.
So when I think about, what I'm adding to my life, actually I'm adding more spiritual practices to my life. I've always been, a believer and a follower, but I would say my spiritual practices of late had been kind of lazy. They've been so I've joined 2 smaller groups of people to read scripture and discuss it. 2. That's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Now there was a 7-week course I was supposed to do. I only made it to 2 weeks out of the 7. But listen,
you made it
2 weeks more than I ever have done in a while.
You made it.
Made it to that. I've joined another group that meets only once a month, which felt about right because then it's not too much. And then I'm just adding other practices more, I was mentioning having a slower morning. Part of that is spiritual. Part of that is just quiet. I used to always have music. Yeah, I'd always have music first thing.
Yes.
Just trying to have a little quiet, take a shower in silence. I'd always have a podcast playing. But I feel like the silence invites meditation. It invites calm.
Reflection.
Yeah. So it's spiritual in many ways. It's faith-based, but it's also spiritual because we are spirit. We're not just body, right? Or mind. So I'm trying to add that to my life and make some progress, take some steps forward, walk into the person I want to be. Well, honestly, it's born out of pain. It's born out of a disappointment that I was struggling with. And I was like, I don't want to react to disappointments the same way I've always been reacting for 48 years. I want to grow.
New habits.
So this is part of hoping that this will bring growth. Yeah. You can let me know if it's working.
I'll watch the transition, it's been part of it. It's nice to be part of it.
But you'll see, keep me in check in a few months.
You
if you
accountable.
You're still kind of high strung, you can tell me and
we can play some Burna Boy.
Yes. Oh yeah, okay. We can indeed, my love. Even though apparently okay is more like let's
roll.
Tussle.
Let's tussle.
Not let's have fun.
No.
But it can be our own.
It can be our own interpretation. It could be our own interpretation.
Okay. Yeah, it's so cute.
Yeah,
I
it's
like that one.
cute.
Anyways. Yeah, so let's see what comes up with the rest of the year. But I'm glad we're doing it together too.
Yeah.
That feels good.
It feels good.
Yeah, love ya. Yes, nailed it. We did it, Julie.
Did we?
We did it. Yes.
It's like with every and the amount
Yes.
of muscle
Actually,
I'm using.
Just do this. We can both make yes.
There
There
you
we go.
go.
That's what we need to do.